welcome back to MD. My name is Lauren Lotter. I am your host of the Buff Bombshell show, and I'm with the fabulous Emma Hyndman.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm great, Emma. How are you?
I'm really, really great, thank you. I am super excited for today's episode. We have got another epic interview. We have in the studio...
MISSY TRUSCOTT!
Woo! Firstly, we have to say a huge congratulations to you for winning the Olympia show. What an achievement. You must be absolutely over the moon.
Thank you so much, girls. Yeah, I really appreciate it. It was a long prep. It's been a long journey for me. You know, I've been competing as a pro for about 8 years now.
Wow.
So yeah, you know, I put everything into this prep, and I knew that some big names were coming back, some reigning champions, and then some defending their titles. So yeah, I just gave it my all, and I'm still so over the moon about winning Miss Fitness Olympia. It's still...
I was going to say, has it sunk in yet? It must still feel a little bit surreal.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. So like I'm still in my routine of like going for my morning walks and cardio. And when I'm by myself, I definitely do get emotional, like thinking about how hard it's been, and just like the support I've gotten from my husband and my coaches and just all my friends and fans and followers on Instagram and YouTube. It's super motivating, and it's really like hit my heart. And I definitely do. When I'm by myself, I get a little like choked up.
It's overwhelming, isn't it? Like to really have that much support from, like you said, your husband, your coach, your followers. And I think as well, everyone's with you through those really tough moments. You show it all. We see it all. Yep. You know, we see the darkness of prep. And we're all on that journey with you as well.
I 100% agree. Yeah. And it's great. And, you know, especially my Instagram, my followers and friends are super positive, and, you know, they just give me that little push to keep going. So yeah, it's been great. I'm just so blessed to be living this life and doing what I love to do.
No, it's definitely your time. Looking back at our Olympia predictions, when your photos came up, we were just astounded. Your body, everything. My goodness, Missy, like you had the whole package.
Yeah, we really thought that. When we were doing our predictions, we were wowed with your physique. And I just feel like you've made it is your time, and you've made such great improvements since the last time you were on stage. Tell us, give us a little bit of background information, kind of what you've done in the past year to really bring a different package.
Sure. So 2019 Olympia, I placed second. Whitney placed first. She's an amazing, all-time great fitness competitor, someone I've looked up to my entire life. I think in 2019, I wasn't ready to win, honestly. I kind of knew in my heart that, like, maybe this isn't my time. So I took 2019. I had a really amazing off season with my coach, John Meadows, and then obviously my husband's support through training and diet. So we trained really hard, and I started training my mind too. Like, it's my time now. Like, I'm ready to win. I'm ready to be an ambassador of the fitness division. And I want more young girls, coming into the division, especially, you know, with fitness. The beautiful thing about it is you can have different styles. You can have different favorites. You can, you know, everyone has kind of their favorite. You know, there's dancers, there's cheerleaders, there's gymnasts. So I really want to pull more gymnasts and cheerleaders who, you know, graduate college and don't have anything to do afterwards. Come to fitness, DM me, like I will help you get started. So 2019 was like a really good year for me to keep on track, train hard. And then 2020, the Arnold Classic I won. And that's when COVID started to hit. And I know it was a crazy year for everyone, but, you know, I just kept the horse blinders on, and I knew that, like, this was my time. Whenever the Olympia is going to be, I'm going to go in guns blazing. Also, because I knew that the great Adela Garcia was coming back, Oksana was coming back. So I knew that I had to bring an amazing physique, an amazing routine. And I accomplished both of those goals that I set out to do. So I'm very, very proud of myself. And it was super humbling to stand next to Whitney and Oksana on stage, and some really, you know, big hitters now. We got Ariel Guitar. She's making a name for herself. We got Mina from Finland. She's doing amazing as well. Darian, she's coming up too. You know, there's they keep labeling fitness as like the new era. So we're coming, and we're coming in with amazing physiques, figure-like, and crazy-ass routines. So
that was one of the things we said about you. We said, you know, you could be competitive in a figure lineup. And I think if you can be competitive in that, then, you know, you're 50% of the way there with fitness, you know, and I think that's really important now. I think the category is just growing and growing, and it's just getting stronger, isn't it?
I think so too. I think you actually do sort of cross compete, don't you? Sometimes within figure and fitness. Or
yeah.
So in the past.
Yeah, 2018, I was doing the crossovers. I was just because I wanted to compete more. I felt good, you know, and I wasn't really sure at the time, like, do I want to stay in fitness? Because really at that time, if you look back at my history, I wasn't really, like, I was still top 5 at Arnold and Olympia and everything, but I wasn't getting like the recognition. But it goes back to, I wasn't ready to win yet. So I was, you know, dabbling, going over into figure as well. And it's funny because the girl who placed second at this year's Olympia, Natalie, her name is Natalie, I think that's how you say it. Anyways, I placed second to her in the upper Midwestern figure. So I do have, I am very competitive in figure as well. Yeah. But right now, just totally sticking with fitness.
Okay.
What is your background? What do you mentioned there, cheerleading? Give us a little bit of insight into that, just for people who don't know exactly what your background is.
Sure. Yeah. So I was a gymnast from like 6 years old till about 14. My parents put me in gymnastics, which was one of the best things I think they ever did for me. You know, it helps you build discipline and confidence as a young person, along with social skills too. Once I hit about 14, you know, you start liking boys and you want to go to movie theaters. But as a gymnast, being in the gym for like 32 hours a week, you know, it's a full-time job, essentially, when you're 14. So I told my parents, like, I didn't want to do it anymore. And I regret, like, to this day, quitting. But I went into cheerleading, which was more of a team sport. So I did that until I was about 17. And then it got to a point where I was like, you know, this is kind of dangerous. Like, I'm putting my body in all these like crazy stunts, and like, what if I get hurt? So then at that time, YouTube started to get bigger with like Jay Cutler videos, and, you know, you would see old Dorian Yates videos, Adela Garcia. I saw her and I was like, okay, like, I think I want to do fitness. I want to do bodybuilding. And then that's kind of where it like took off. And then I started competing when I was about 20. So I trained for a couple of years, you know, got my feet wet, and then started competing at 20, turned pro when I was 22.
Wow.
That's amazing. Did you have a coach from the years from 20 to 22 when you were obviously turning pro, or was that all you?
I did have a coach. She was a local woman. I honestly haven't kept in contact with her. Her name was Sally. Yeah, amazing woman. But I definitely learned a lot from my dad growing up. You know, he always had the weights, the sand weights down in our basement, and he would train down there. And then I would also train with my older brother. So yeah, it was I learned at a young age that like fitness was very important.
So it was already something that was kind of just part of your lifestyle anyway, going from the gymnastics to the cheerleading and then getting in and then being around, your dad and your brother that trained anyway. So you've already got that. You're good at having that strict mentality as well.
Absolutely. And one good thing about my husband and I, before I even met him, he had already been like training, like he's huge into bodybuilding, powerlifting, all that type of training, dieting and nutrition. So like it makes it super easy for me when I'm contest prep because he doesn't eat anything bad. Like right now I'm eating a few like little cookies here and there. I'm like, babe, you want something? He's like, no. I'm like, so he's really good about it.
I think that makes a huge difference as well. Having someone by your side that is completely on board with your journey, it just makes it so much easier.
Having a very supportive partner or someone,
And I have noticed that, like, I always notice that your husband's always there, in your check-ins and your training videos and things. So that's really cool.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's such a blessing in my life. And I honestly wouldn't be here where I am today if it wasn't for him. So I'm super blessed.
Amazing. Really how was your prep, obviously, with COVID? How were things affected there? How did you manage it? Did it affect your mindset at all? Or were you, like you said, you were just, you had the tunnel vision?
Yeah, so I was locked in, didn't affect my mindset. There were some obstacles I had to overcome. I had to, back in March when everything got shut down. I'm here in Seattle, so we're like a very liberal state. So everything is shut down, and it has been for a very, very long time, like our gyms and everything. But we have a really good home gym here with all of our cardio equipment and everything. So I've been just training here at home. Nice. A gymnastics club went out of business. So I ended up calling them and asking them like, hey, can I buy like some of your mats to practice? So on my YouTube, you'll see I've posted videos and stuff where I'm actually training in my driveway because that's where I've had to practice my fitness routine this entire prep.
Wow.
So it's been pretty crazy, but it's that mentality that I wasn't going to let anything stop me.
Yeah.
And definitely achieve that.
How did you, sorry.
Go on.
I was going to say, you mentioned earlier before, and now obviously with your mentality, but how did you sort of build that for the year, getting into the Olympia, knowing that was your time now? Because I think that is quite interesting for a lot of people to kind of hopefully understand.
That champion mindset, what kind of made you switch on after, you said 2019, you knew you weren't ready. What made you realize, right, okay, this year I'm ready?
Yeah. So, definitely my husband's support. I feel like he believes in me sometimes more than I believe in myself. But I had to switch that on in my mind too. And how I did that was knowing that in my heart, my degree of difficulty that I bring in fitness routines is very high. And I knew that if I could keep my skills up and perfect them, that I would be untouchable. Also with my physique, there were some days when like I didn't even want to move off the couch because I was so exhausted. But, you have to like kind of sit in that pity almost, but you can't sit in it for too long. You got to keep moving. So it's okay to feel down for a couple minutes, but ultimately, like I wanted to be Miss Fitness Olympia and I knew what it needed to take. You have to suffer. You have to suffer, sacrifice. And that's what I did. And I knew that in my heart, like, okay, this is going to suck for maybe a couple more weeks, but the outcome is going to be so great that like, it's going to be all worth it. And it definitely was. And I think that if people can kind of train their mind that way in any aspect of life, whether it's your career or fitness or other goals, like you can do it. So you just got to like believe in yourself.
Yeah, I think as well, like, I feel like this year, because of COVID and, you know, people having to adapt quite quickly, it has tested people. And I think it's, you know, it's made people realize if they want something so badly, it's like nothing is coming in the way of you and that prize on stage and getting that first place and making it to the Olympia. So I think it's made people a little bit tougher, you know?
More resilient.
Yeah, more resilient for sure.
Definitely. Agree with you 100%.
When also fantastic routine. I did catch some of it when you were on top of the box.
Thank you.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that at any Olympia routine. So it was quite marvelous. Let's just put it that way.
Thank you. Yeah. So that, the cage, I did like a gladiator type theme. I really wanted to portray like this, like almost being like captured, like stuck and then like breaking out. And it was like my time, like I'm here, I'm ready. This is mine. And I really felt it on stage. Like I go back and I watch the video and you see the camera like up in my face and I'm like banging my chest, like banging my arms, like giving it. I'm giving myself chills right now. But yeah, I really felt it. And just even practicing like out in the garage, on the grass, like wherever, like I gave it my all. I pretended like I was performing. My husband would like talk in the Bob Ciccarello voice and he'd be like, and your Arnold Classic champion, Missy Truscott. And I'd be like, ready, like, but it's those little things you gotta like train yourself.
Yeah,
you know?
I was just about to say
stage,
that.
Exactly. Yeah, you know it. You know what that emotion feels like, and it's like go time.
It's almost like you manifest it, I think, as well. You know, like you saying there, like your husband saying to you, and our Olympia champion is. It's like you start to visualize it. So you can already give that energy when you step on stage. It's like, right, I'm here. I'm the champion. If anyone else is going to come and beat me, they better bring it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And, you know, having Oksana coming back, like unfortunately, Adela had an injury, so she wasn't able to compete. But it was a lot of fuel. Like it was a lot of, okay, I'm ready. Like I'm bringing my physique to a whole new level and my routine is badass and I'm ready. So yeah, it was motivation for sure.
It's fantastic. Yeah. It's amazing.
Can I ask, did you have any of your neighbors watch your routine as you were performing in the driveway?
Yeah. Okay. So it's so funny. I just posted a YouTube video like yesterday. My progressions from that front flip off of the cage. So I started practicing that back in April on like a little plyo box that was like a foot off the ground. And then I went higher and higher all the way up to 6 feet off this cage. So it's funny because I was practicing in my driveway and on that YouTube video, there was a family walking by, but they were speaking Chinese. And I didn't think anything of it. Like I didn't know what they were saying. And one of my YouTube subscribers, he wrote, as a Chinese man, I know what they're saying and they're upset because I guess the woman was hungry or something like that, but you could hear it in my video. So I don't know. I found it like really funny. Yeah, my neighbors probably think I'm crazy. They probably have me on like YouTube or something. Like,
what it takes.
Yeah, for your routines, do you choreograph them yourself? Do you do all the choreography?
I do, yeah. So I have a girlfriend in Texas that she helps me with it as well. But yeah, my choreography, my music, my themes, everything is what I think of. So my husband and I, we've actually already started the Arnold routine choreography and the theme and everything. Yeah. So yeah, we're ready to go. Everything's moving.
And I think sometimes you've got to do that. Like you've got the momentum now, like you're Miss Fitness Olympia. You just got to keep going, strike while the iron's hot. And that creativity off the back of that win as well must be just going crazy.
Totally. Yeah. We're totally fired up with this new idea. It's never been done before. Yeah, the music is going to be epic. I'm really pumped about this music.
I cannot wait to see it. I really can't wait. So that's going to be in like May or June, Arnold's, isn't it? Like it's been postponed.
Yeah.
So
the Arnold's are going to be in when?
I don't know where, but I think
summer for the Arnold's.
I believe so, yeah, but it could be getting pushed back even further. So at this point, like I'm just staying ready, you know, that mindset. That's the next show. I'm originally from Canada. I was born in Ontario. So my hometown is the Toronto Pro Show, which I've competed at as a pro like years ago. Didn't do very well, but I want to go and I want to win that show.
Oh, nice.
So you do that.
This year I got 3 shows lined up. Okay. Toronto Pro, defend the Arnold title, and obviously defend the Olympia.
Wow.
Absolutely. What would be your advice for, you know, for an aspiring fitness athlete? They're just thinking about getting into this category. What would your top 3 tips be for them?
Yeah, so top 3 tips for an amateur fitness athlete is 1, you don't have to worry about the physique round. So there's no physique round in amateur fitness.
Oh, no, there's not, is there? Yeah.
Yeah, so the diet, like you still have to like diet and feel good and look good in your outfit, but you don't have to worry about the physique. 2 would be make sure you understand the mandatory moves, which is a straddle hold, a split, a high kick, and a push-up. So there's only 4 skills you need to have in a fitness routine. And then make sure your routine is no longer than 2 minutes and you're good to go.
Do you coach people, Missy?
I do, yes.
Amazing. Do you have many fitness athletes? Is there like a specific category that you coach for, or do you do everything?
No, I do everything, lifestyle, fitness, bodybuilding, everything, posing. And if anyone wants to reach out to me, Instagram is a good way, or MISSY TRUSCOTT at Gmail. Also, you can email me and we can chat.
Perfect.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So that was absolutely amazing. And I'm sure people will get so much more out of this. And, you know, again, congratulations on becoming Miss Fitness Olympia 2020.
This is, just let that sink in.
It's legendary. So yeah, it's amazing.
Well, you were phenomenal, and we cannot wait to see what this new idea is. So we'll be watching and waiting.
Yes, we'll be watching.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, girls. I appreciate your support and just having putting some more eyes on the fitness division. We really need it. So I do appreciate you guys interviewing me. And hope to talk to you guys soon.
Amazing.
Thank you, Missy.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Yeah. Happy New Year, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So you guys, thank you so much for watching. That was Missy Truscott, Miss Fitness Olympia 2020, and how amazing.
Yeah, if you want to check her out, check out her YouTube channel, her Instagram, and if you want to know about coaching or posing, DM her. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode.
Okay, bye everyone.